Hi there. I want to give you some information on getting started for your first assignment. So as you listen to me, just scroll down the page and you can kind of get a little bit of reinforcement. You want to read along as I chat, kind of as if we were in a classroom and I gave you a handout. So it goes like this. I give you a broad subject for this first essay. That's a literacy narrative, a literacy technology narrative, where you tell us about coming to learn to use some technology, some literacy experience, something like that. You'll narrow that subject down to a topic. Maybe you had to write a college entrance exam, or you had to write a big thesis project for your senior year of high school. I don't know what it is, but anyway, that would be more narrow in doing that kind of thing. So you narrow it down. But what you might do to make for a good essay is narrow that further. If we go with that idea of having to write a senior thesis while you're in high school or something, or a research paper for another class, you need to narrow it down to that particular topic or some particular notion within that topic. And so you could conceivably, if you're going to go with the technology literacy angle, write about learning how to do effective online research. And so now we've gone from literacy generally to your particular literacy narrative, to your high school thesis project, to researching that thesis project. And then you could go even further. So you want to just narrow as much as you can. So for any kind of narrative, this literacy narrative and any other narrative, we want to know particular details. And so the suggestions are there. Use your senses. You do things, narratives take place in some kind of context. See what kind of alternative perspectives you can give. I don't know exactly what they might be. Look at stereotypes, unquestioned ideas and slogans. Go beyond the obvious. Classify your topic. I can't talk this morning. And make bug lists. What bugs me about my research process was this kind of thing, or what bugs me is that other thing. So there are a variety, after you've done that, pre-writing strategies, invention strategies. Invention is the classical rhetorical term, but it's what we do before we write. We invent. So one of those I call incubation. It's just keep track of ideas. A lot of you have had good ideas. Maybe you woke up in the middle of the night and thought, oh, what an awesome idea. And you thought, well, that's so good, I'll remember it when I wake up in the morning. But the only thing you remember in the morning is that you had a good idea and you can't remember what it is. Brainstorming is just talking about things with other people. They could be a classmate, they could be a friend, they could be a parent, a stranger on the bus, yourself with a tape recorder. Just talk things out. It's amazing what you can do when you do that thing and just throw ideas around. Clustering, sometimes called webbing, is something you have probably done, where you take a particular topic, let's say literacy narrative, and put it in the middle and circle it, and then you explode out from there with all kinds of possibilities, various writing exercises. So for the center, you might just put literacy narrative. And then the first level out, one might be email, one might be texting, one might be book reading, one might be graphic novels, whatever it is, and then you would again go out from there. For this assignment, you are going to be formally asked to do 2 different lists, and we'll get to that. And so basically you'll see more direction there, but essentially make a list of all the details you can about something. Just put them down. Don't worry about anything except for making the list as big as possible. And what I'll have you do is pull an item from that list and make a list of details about it. And then I will have you pull one of those details and begin writing about it. So that's how we'll use that. And so this will be a formal part of it. So outlining is not something I do. It's not a skill I have, and I don't know that it is all that effective for most people as a invention strategy. It's better for me as an organization strategy after the fact in order to put things in order. So free writing, forced writing, we call it free writing, but it's really forced. And I will ask you to do that in this first assignment as well. When you've narrowed your list down, I will ask you to choose one of your details and write about it, and we'll just generate material that way. You can oftentimes just begin writing, but I'm going to have you do the listing as part of the assignment. Some of you probably keep journals. That's a good idea for a lot of things. When we get down to the actual composing of this first essay, the pentad is a very good tool to use. Maybe not as the first step of invention, but certainly later in the process, as you look to see, have I made clear what the act is, what the action is, anything that's happening with regard to my narrative. Have I given the scene, the where, the when, excuse me, of things. The agent, the who, well, it's probably you, but maybe there are others involved. The method, the agency, the purpose, the why. You want to make these 5 things clear, 5 as in pentad. A very good approach to things developed by Kenneth Burke. He's a rhetorician, and a lot of us writing teachers like his ideas. So very good diagnostic tool, if nothing else, so you can analyze your events, characters, etc. And then there is cubing. Conceivably, you could use this. I don't think it's a great fit for this assignment, but it will be a good fit for other times. You may come back and describe something, whatever it is, the literacy project you were working on. You might compare it to something else. You might associate it. That's kind of comparison. You might analyze it, which means to break it into its parts, how it came to be. You might apply it to something. You might argue for or against whatever it is you use. So this could also be used as your invention tool. So with that, I will leave it to you, and if you do have questions, you must get in touch with me and let me know. Bye-bye.